can stand up, or you can stand around, or you can stand around. Better keep them hands up, better keep them hands up, before you be a man down, before you be a man down. I know what your plans was. That ain't how you went down. Better get them hands up, before you be a man down. Be a man down.
Welcome back to another episode of Man Down Podcast. This is episode 86. Got Jay and Corey with me, and we're gonna do a little something different today before we get to about our normal sports. I'm doing an interview with a well-known person. Some would call him a street legend, but definitely an entrepreneur, philanthropist. Just came home, 13 years big. We get a chance to interview Zantwan Worthy, A.K.A. Z-TWEEZY. We're going to have him join in just a second, but definitely going to be a good interview. You can definitely call in, ask questions, definitely comment in the comment sections, anything you want to ask Zantwan, but we're going to go ahead and have him join right now if he's ready. Look like he's still getting ready. Zantwan, what's up, big dog?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you doing this for me, man. How I feel to be home.
Oh, man, it's surreal, man. It feels really, really good to be out here and being able to be with my family and all, man. It's a great feeling.
Okay, so I ain't gonna waste no time, because I know you got other stuff to do, man. I'm gonna ask the questions a lot of people want to know. Questions I kind of want to know too, because of course, when you was coming up and doing all your things, man, I left and went to the Navy, so I didn't get to see a lot of the good things you were doing. But I heard about them. I heard about the cookouts you was doing in the community. I heard about the basketball tournaments you was throwing. I heard about some of those great things you was doing, giveaways. I did get to see your His and Hers store one time. There was a lot of good things you was doing before you got locked up. Tell me what the motivation was for starting to do all that stuff, and do you see yourself trying to do some of that stuff again in the future?
Well, my motivation basically, man, Melvin, you stayed directly behind me.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, directly behind me. So you know the way that we came up over there on the south side part of Greensboro. Well, it was really tough and hard, and you had to fight for everything, and we didn't have a lot. The only thing we had really was Calculu Center, or we could walk up to Wandersville, but we didn't have a lot. So my motivation was to actually bring something to our neighborhood where we can actually, have fun and this fellowship within our neighborhood and be cool and pretty much have something to do. So that's what as a kid, when it was times when I just felt like it wasn't nothing to do. So as I got older and I started getting a little money, I wanted to be able to branch out to the younger kids and get them that outlet that we never had when we was growing up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I started doing everything that I was doing.
Okay, so let's talk about what you was doing though. All right, so because what I remember, like you said, we live like not too far from each other, man. And you and my sisters was older than me, so they was about your age. Y'all grew up together. You and my sisters grew up together, playing hide and go seek, doing all types of stuff in the street, having fun, running around Smith Homes. And at some point, you got into selling some dope and all that stuff, man. How did you? I mean, because I did not see that coming, from you, man. You was a ball player, you was a track star, you was all those things, man. How did you get into that? You even had a track scholarship, right, to A&T?
You better believe it. I actually got into that stuff with Melvin, over there on the south side part of town. When you actually come out your house, you seen dope dealing, you seen prostitution, we heard gunshots every night.
Right.
People getting shot and killed. But you also see that dope dealer that got the BMW and the Mercedes Benz and whatever car was popular back then, the Maxima and the Acura Legend and all that. And when you see these things, we kind of glorify them things. And I was raised the same way you was. I suppose I went to the Navy, or I suppose I did a lot of other things, but I did end up going to college and graduating college. However, when you go out there in them streets and you see these stuff in the streets, it's kind of like when your mom go to work, the streets kind of raise you when your mom ain't there.
Right.
So when you see these guys getting all this money and this, that, the third, you kind of want it. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the Jordans at a young age, but I couldn't get the Jordans at that age until I started hustling. You remember Melvin? You remember Mookie Dallas Warren? Rest
Yeah.
in peace.
Yep.
Yeah, because Mookie actually dated Taniqua, your older sister. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I used to talk to your middle sister, Tamika,
Yep.
but we was really really young though. You know what I'm saying? And Mookie actually showed me my first $1,000. You know what I'm saying? He had 10 $100 bills, and I thought that was the most amazing thing I ever seen before in my life. You know what I'm saying? And he was
Yeah.
probably 12 or 13 at that time. But I wasn't into the streets then. I was still into playing football, basketball, baseball, and all that. So I was definitely not into the streets. But when he showed me that money and I could go over there and get his car canine and what was the clothes back then?
Boss.
Car canine balls, cross color,
Yep.
Right.
you
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. When I seen that, man, I was just like, man, Mookie was an inspiration to me going into the streets. And from the streets, you glorify the streets, not knowing that it could hurt you later on. You just if you raised like that, you just don't know you're doing something wrong. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I mean, today I know it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? After doing 13 years and 6 months in the joint and still got a house bracelet on my ankle, I know it's wrong. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to give out this message now that these rappers and all that glorifying the street life, but let's glorify. I mean, don't let's talk about the bad part of it. You know what I'm saying? The bad part of it, getting arrested and them putting you away for a long time.
Right.
Let's talk about people trying to kick in your door and rob you. Let's talk about people trying to kill you. Let's talk about people hating you for what they think you got or what you actually do got. And it ain't always glitz and glamour all the time. So it's been a tough road. But
Right.
I'm trying to educate people on the bad side of it and not, because I got this gold chain on these big rims on my car. You know what I'm saying?
What was the bad side of it for you besides getting locked up?
Well, the bad part of it is when you even before locked up, you hurting your family. You know what I'm saying? You and when I'm in prison, I'm hurting my family because they actually want to spend time with me. They love me and they hurt because I'm going through that situation. But even before then, my mama didn't condone drug selling, so she kicked me out of her house at 17. A lot of people don't know that, and she didn't go for that. So I hurt her. You see what I'm saying? And the
Right.
last thing you ever want to do if you got a heart is hurt your mother. You
Right.
never want to hurt your mother. You always want to be that good kid to your mom, this, that, the third. If somebody don't love their mama, then I don't know why. I mean, they should have some type of heart for that. But it's just a lot of stuff. And when I was out there in the streets, I missed a lot of stuff, family stuff. But my mom would call me. I would still attend church. I would still attend birthday parties of the family and this, that, the third. But it just wasn't the same because I actually supposed to have been there with my family like that. But now that I'm home and I'm on home confinement and I'm inside my mom home, I'm getting this bond now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My little sister had three sons. Well, one was born while I was out, and she had two more while I was in. And I'm actually getting these relationships with my nephews and my family and everything now. So it's a it's a really good feeling to be able to experience that. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
going in, I got a daughter that's 20. I love her to death. She's in Atlanta. She's going to school at Kennesaw State, and she's a junior in college. I love her to death. But going to prison took me out of her life, and I feel really bad and sad about that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's so much bad stuff that can come from hustling, and everybody don't never think that they're gonna get caught or get set up. But the telling rate and the snitching rate is so ridiculous, man, that it's pathetic, man.
Oh,
You know what
shoot,
I'm saying?
shoot,
It's
shoot.
pathetic. Yeah.
Dang. So I mean, so how did you? I mean, I'm pretty sure because your name was everywhere in Greensboro, so I'm pretty sure you was getting watched like a hawk, right? I'm pretty sure they was watching you. So how did it how is it that they ended up getting something on you to where you went away for 13 years?
Well, this guy introduced me into another guy. I know the guy that set me up, but he been a hustler. You know what I'm saying? He been doing his thing. But a lot of times in the street, when your regular connect don't have no whatever you need, they tend to go to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And he ended
Right,
up coming to me. I knew he was in the streets. Woo, woo, woo. I knew what's up with him and all this, that, the third. But I didn't know he was working with the police. And that's what a lot of people don't know. I mean, you can be dealing with a dude that hustle all the time, but once he get in a situation with the police, you don't know he in that situation with the police. So
right,
you go serve him, and then he got the police with him. So that's what happened with me. Dude was calling me and he was like, he wanted this, that, the third. He wanted a kilo of coke, and I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying. And one of my other partners was like, man, I got a crazy feeling, man. Don't take it. And then I was like, and honestly, Melvin, I had that feeling too, but I didn't had that feeling so many times that
right.
I still went and sold stuff and ain't nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't need the money at the time. I was financially stable, but sometimes greed get in the way of the streets too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because at the time, kilos of cocaine was going for about $20,000. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know, man. I mean,
Let
it.
me ask you this though. So when you did open up your clothing store, what else did you have planned that you was gonna do, and was you trying to uh find a way out of the streets into some legit stuff?
What a clothing store was a legit avenue, but also I was doing parties and promotion. But I also was thinking about putting a magazine out, a urban magazine, where I could have. A lot of times these magazines only be broadcasting people from New York and Miami and LA and places like that. But in North Carolina, we got beautiful women just like any other city or state in the United States. So I wanted to kind of bring North Carolina and South Carolina and expose that beauty. But not only that, I know y'all got a sports podcast, and I also wanted to add sports to it because I love sports. I've been playing sports all my childhood until my 12th grade year in high school. But I wanted to talk about sports. I know guys put a lot of money in their cars. I wanted a car section. I know people love dogs. I wanted to showcase dogs. I just wanted, and then I graduated from A&T, North Carolina A&T State University. I graduated from there, and I know it's writers there and people trying to, do their publishing thing. So I was going to allow some of them new writers to come and put stuff in my magazine. So
See, that's
I had,
dope.
so I wanted to. I just always want to help the underdog. I don't want to help somebody that's already blowing up and at the top.
Yeah.
Even in sports, if my team ain't in the game, then I'm gonna go for the underdog because I just like the underdog, man. I just don't. I ain't a bandwagon or nothing like that.
So you
But
going for Miami tonight then?
yeah,
Yeah.
I want Miami to win just so we can have more games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna go to 7. But
Yeah.
I would like to see Miami win. I'm a Boston Celtic fan, so I
Yeah.
don't really, I can't pull for the Lakers, and because Boston and Lakers is a pretty big rival.
Yeah. That magazine thing ain't a bad idea though, man. You probably could still do that.
Well, yeah, but since I came home, I've been having so many opportunities come my way,
Yeah.
and they coming left and right. Like today, a guy came, and I'm coming home and I'm starting over. But I had a homeboy, his name Jr. Tisdale. He got a lawn care service. I just posted his lawn business on my page, but um, he came and brought me a pair of Air Force Ones, but he got a dump truck that he really ain't using, and he was just like, "Man, we can hook up and do something." So that was just an opportunity because
Yeah.
them trucks is big business. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'm gonna link up with him on that. But my mom, she said she's a coupon queen. I don't know if y'all know about couponing,
Yeah.
I
but
seen the show.
My wife been
you saying,
Yeah, I
hey
seen the show.
man, couponing is an understatement for this lady. She got so much stuff in this house, man. I'm talking about all the toiletries and deodorant, soap, lotion. I mean, toys. We got drones. I mean, we selling all this stuff, and it's a good time to be selling it because it's right around the Christmas, right around the holidays or whatever. But my mom, she got everything. She got a whole garage full of stuff. She
Yeah.
probably got more stuff in this house than the basic Family Dollar on the corner store, one of the dollar stores or whatever. But
Hmm.
I'm gonna tap into that with my mom. My brother also he sell like pallets of different type of products and appliances and clothes and all that. His uh his web his web page is Hive Express, HIVE Express. He on Instagram and Facebook and all that. But me and him, he's going to allow me to come in and be 50% owner of his business just because he don't ever want to see me go back to the streets.
See,
Which I'm not.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go back to the streets, but that's a great avenue. So we gonna do that. I'm gonna do that with him. Um, and there's just so many, countless and numerous things. I also spoke with a female today. Her name is Candace Clapp, and what damn Candace, she got a new organic, yeah, oh yeah, organic hand sanitizer or whatever, and it's called, I think it's clapatizer. Let
Yeah,
me
that's
see
what it is.
something. Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on one second.
Oh, you know about that, Jay?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
she
I've been
got clap.
supporting black
That's
people with that.
and that's my whole thing. I want to support all black businesses. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Yeah.
why I wanted to say something about her. But yeah, she got the clapatizer, man, and it's a organic hand sanitizer, and I wanted to give her a shout out about that. Melvin, I was talking to you about the podcast, and then you was giving me ideas and this, that, the third. So right after I talked to you, I just came up with a thing for my podcast, and it's gonna be called Worthy's World. I got my homegirl, her name is Angela Peaches Dockery, and then another homegirl, her name is Candace Johnson.
Right.
Then I got my nephew, he the one holding this camera for me right now, but my nephew helped me a whole lot with a lot of editing and producing and doing videos. And then my little cousin Shelly helping me a whole lot, and she's doing a lot of posting and all that with all my pages because my pages just be blowing up a little bit too much for me to keep up with. But both of them only 13 years old, and
Mm.
they know everything about all the technology. But if y'all don't mind,
It's true.
yeah, they know everything. I mean,
Hmm.
he the one helped me get connected on this situation right here. You know what I'm saying? And he helping me right now. He filming the camera. So shout out to Zaylen. Zaylen needs milk. And tomorrow is his birthday, so I want y'all to give him a birthday shout out to Zaylen, man.
Happy
Hey
birthday,
man,
big dog.
happy
Yeah,
birthday, big dog. Yeah.
Okay.
but
Make sure your uncle get you something too.
For sure.
Make sure he pay you for holding this camera tonight too.
he got more than me. I'm trying to get him to give me something. But you
But
can
everything you doing moving forward is gonna be 100% legit, and we ain't got to worry about having you go back down and do a bid or nothing like that, right?
oh, of course not, man. I ain't no way in the hell. You know what's so crazy? I went through so much in prison that not physically. I got in a few fights and all that, but that's here no there. But what hurts so much is the emotional part.
Right.
Being away from your loved ones, being away from your child, being away from your family. And y'all might think I'm tripping, right? But um for real, some of the little things bothered me more than some of the bigger things that y'all might think. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is it feels really good to sit in a bathtub. You see what I'm saying? Because we stand up
You're
in
right.
showers for
Mhm.
I've been standing up in the shower for 13 years every day. It feels really good to sit or lay on the bed. Get a shot of this bed, Zay. This is my bed, and and listen, and I'm so excited about being in this bed because I slept on a mat for 13 and a half years, and it hurts my back.
Yeah.
I got these.
You had to go to the hole a couple times, right?
Yeah, I done did a total of 2 years in a hole. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah, Nick was telling me everything. He was keeping me updated. You know, I talked to Nick. He in one of the fantasy leagues we do, and so you know, I talked to Butch every now and then. And he was telling me like, yeah, man, they got him in the hole, and you know, all this stuff, man. And I was like,
yes,
dang, man.
yeah, shout out to Nick, man. Nick has always been a good dude, and he's wrote me my whole bid, and he helped continue to keep me grounded. But yeah, just laying in the bed is something really good. I mean, this actually having some food with some seasoning is really good, man.
Boy.
I'm talking
Right.
about, and in prison, I actually ate the food that actually filled me up and not for taste. Now I'm out here tasting stuff, and they took grease. They took grease. I mean, they took grease out of prison, man. I'm talking about you ain't. They give us French fries that they just want. They warm up. It ain't dropped in grease. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I mean, it's just some of the simple things that I really look forward to, and 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 that I never paid no attention to before I went to prison. I ain't never paid attention to what bed I was gonna sleep in, or just taking a shower, or some salt and pepper, or some seasoning salt, or whatever. I ain't pay no attention to that because that was the norm before I went in. But actually, when I go in, then you got guards telling you to go to your room, go to sleep, do this, that, the third. Man, I'm in my room now, and I'm happy about it. I got
Yeah.
this TV. This playing in this background is my DVD. If anybody want to check it out, you can go to Zantwan Z-TWEEZY Worthy on YouTube. But I'm just learning how to work this smart TV. My nephew showing me how to work this smart TV. But in the prison or in the pen or whatever whatever, when in prison, we gonna argue and go back and forth about these some neighborhood cookouts that I in the Hampton
Yeah.
homes that's playing in the background. But
Yeah.
we gonna argue and fight over some TVs if you want to watch something, Melvin. If you want to watch the Miami and Laker game, and I want to watch Love and Hip Hop,
Yeah.
we might go to blows behind that. You
That's
know what I'm
crazy,
saying?
man.
And
I'm looking at that that DVD playing back there, and I see a lot of familiar names and familiar faces.
yeah,
How many of them dudes you still tight with, and you ain't got to say no names, but how many of them you still roll with?
unfortunately, man, it's not many this that I continue to keep in touch with after that situation. A couple of us had disagreements. I'm not gonna be a negative person, so I'm not gonna say anything negative about people. But sometimes I guess you just grow on and you grow past certain things and certain people or whatever. But I got some pretty good dudes that still hung around, like Ray Sinclair, Big Lamont, Derek Hicks, Lil
But them
Nick
day
is still
ones
talking
though,
about
them day
them day
ones.
one. Yeah, them
Yeah,
day one. You know what I'm saying? And then the ones Dion King, my homeboy CJ, but CJ wasn't a day one. He came up. He was a late bloomer, but he didn't kept it 100 with me all the way through. But I'm sure I shouldn't have said nobody's name because I know I'm gonna be missing people. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But besides, my family,
Now,
my go ahead. Oh, I thought you was gonna say
oh,
something.
nah, go ahead.
Yeah, but my family is been terrific. You know what I'm saying? My family been terrific, and then a lot of different females have came in and out that supported me and helped me a whole lot. And most of my friends are now are females because for some reason they just been supportive. You know what I'm saying? They ain't been
Yeah,
looking for nothing. They've been looking out for me and all that. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like the guys when I was out, it was it was bros over the chicks or whatever back then. But then when I go in, it should have really been the chicks over the dudes for real, for real. But I can't say nothing bad about nobody because I'm trying to be a different person. You see
right,
what I'm saying?
right,
I'm
right.
trying I'm trying to be more positive and not give off negative energy. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna bash nobody. I ain't gonna put nobody's
Yeah,
name out there, but it is what it is on that.
yeah.
You
Jay,
see how
Um,
packed these cookouts be? Well, they're gonna police,
bruh,
but
look, I went before I went to the Navy.
Brandon,
When you first
shout
started
out
doing
Brandon
them,
D.
when you
Go ahead, I'm
first started
listening.
doing them at Little Harlem, first of all, I didn't know you was paying for all that.
Out of my pocket by
right.
myself.
I had no clue you was paying for all that. I knew you was putting them together, but I didn't know you was paying for all of it. But yeah, we be down there. We had little basketball tournaments, man. With down there hooping. You know, it was good stuff, man. But yeah, when you know, when I was asking around, people was like, yeah, like Zantwan was paying for that. He was paying for them tournaments. You know, he was giving stuff away, and I was like, God, I didn't know that, man. You know, so kudos to you
Yeah,
on that for real.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I
But that
paid for all that. And go ahead, Big J.
that, that leads me to my question. Now, being a kid from Harrison Homes, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh, a lot of legends, street legends, were like mean dudes. They was like unapproachable or whatever. Like you always was like a down to earth, and you gave a lot back. Did you know even in that time that you was different than a lot of guys that you were around?
I
Hold on. You give him a whole lot of credit. Now Zantwan he wasn't that approachable now. Like
I was approachable,
no,
Mel.
you wasn't. No, you
No,
wasn't.
I mean, it wasn't.
No, you
You
wasn't,
wasn't
man.
up.
That's why
No,
you was not approachable, man.
yes, I was, man. Everybody think that.
No,
Everybody thought that. No, I was very approachable, but still to this day, everybody think I'm in. It's hard to approach me, but I'm completely opposite. Now, Melvin, you might have caught me when somebody disrespected me because I'm a hold my own. And when these dudes talk junk about me and say something about me and this, that, the third, like they do, a lot of times they won't say it to me. Now I'm still from the hood, and I
Right,
still got that battery in my back too.
right,
But that ain't what I'm preaching. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys, when you try to be kind and cool, laid back and cool and collective, then they be like, "Well, this nigga soft." You know what I'm saying? So when they think that and they try me, then I go ahead and break it down. I'm the smallest dude on the south side, but I'm going every chance I get. If
yeah,
anybody ever jump out there, I'm going completely, and that's still to the day because I'm gonna protect myself. You know what I'm saying? But
right,
if people, if we just laid back, I'm the funniest, laid back, joking, playing with you, look out for you, give you the shirt off my back. And
that's
to
true.
answer your question, my mother is a really loving person. She's a giving person. So the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So if I seen my mama
mm-hmm.
cooking for homeless people or cooking at the church, shout out to Powerhouse of Deliverance on Willow Road. But that's my church and Pastor Bishop Watson and Uncle Billy. But if I see my mama doing all this stuff for people and this, that, the third, then that's all I know is to support people and look out for people. And we still didn't have much, but we still made things work and we would give. If people came to my mama house, she was gonna feed them. And that's what I knew. So when I'm out there and I'm doing all this stuff, I don't have a problem with it. And I'm really approachable, and I still want people to approach me to this day because I want to do business with people. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I want to support people, and I want to support black people. But don't get it twisted. I love all races. I love white people. I love the Latino, the Asian, and other. I love everybody, and I would do business with everybody. But we know the black community is so behind, and we so stagnated and won't support each other. Like we was talking about before we went online, it's just like we ain't supporting each other. And the South Side, man, it's so many projects and hoods that was over there. Smith Home, Hampton Home, Harrison Home, St. James Parkside. Before they knocked St. James down, Turl Street Apartments, Paraleaf
yeah,
Apartments.
yeah,
All these is low income
Mm-hmm.
housing, all on the south side part of town. You know what I'm saying? And it was rough, man. But we won't stick together. I don't understand why. You come to me, I'm gonna do something with you if you about that business and you gonna do your part in the
right,
business. But don't come to me and you think I'm gonna do everything and then you gonna piggyback off of me and get paid off of me too.
right,
It's a joint venture because I want to do stuff with people. I always have, but I never did want nothing with nobody because people always just wanted to ride my toe. I mean
your
my
coattail.
tail, my
Yeah,
coattail, yeah, or
yeah.
whatever. So I mean, a lot of this stuff that I was doing, I really didn't know what I was doing, but I was doing it. And now that when I sat in prison for 13 years, I was like, I really own something. Look at these, look how packed these parties is, man.
Right, right.
This party is wall to wall with people door to door in these parties. You know,
Now,
the,
were
the
you was you getting paid for? Because every time you put a flyer out that says Z-TWEEZY, it was packed. Was the clubs paying you for that?
Yep.
No. See, what I would do is I rent out the club, but I make the money off of the door.
Okay.
Anytime I put my name on something, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get paid from it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right. Bet. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not doing no percentages. I'm not. If I lose on the event, I'm gonna lose on my own. But the club, when I first started doing parties, the club owners was turning me away. Really didn't want me to get up in the club and all this because they didn't know me and I was just starting out. But after I blew up, then they was calling me, "Yo, come have a party over here." And I was like, "Man, it's the same dude that wouldn't let me come in here." No, I'm gonna have a party across the town and I'm gonna bust your head that same night on the event because you did me like that. And that's what I was doing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Hey man, like all of it makes sense. Like I didn't know. I'm just hearing and seeing stuff back then. You know, I was too busy with trying to daggone be a ball player and all that stuff, man. So I didn't catch what was really going on and what you was doing. I just saw bits and pieces of it, and then I left. But yeah, you was doing some big stuff, man. Hopefully you get back to all that and recoup everything you did. Where start where you left off at and all that stuff, man. Um, what's like the message? I mean, because it's like a lot of people like Greensboro, it like became like a murder town, man. So like, what type of message you want to put out there for young people, the youth, people that in the streets, people that used to be in the streets, people think about going to the streets? Like, what you want to say?
Well, what I want to say is it's unfortunate that people are losing their lives. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing cool about anybody losing their lives, but we had to figure out another way to go about disagreements. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was sitting in prison, they was bringing young men in every day that had murder beefs and this, that, the third, and attempted murders and all type of stuff. But when you get them guys inside of prison, and when they ain't got that pistol in their hand, and when they ain't got that person in their ear telling them to bust that gun, then these are some really, really good dudes, man. I'm talking about really good dudes. They just really made bad decisions.
Yeah.
So we have to figure out, as I guess, as people a little older than the youth, how we can figure out to reach them where they don't catch their attitude and pull that trigger. I don't really know the answer to it, but I want to try to tap into it and figure it out because, once these men kill these other men, they really, really be sad and hated that they did it. You might have one that really glorified, yeah, I did this, this, that, the third to this dude. But a lot of times, sometimes when they say that, they really be faking when they be happy that they got a body under their belt or a teardrop on their eye or something. They be really, I mean, it's you just got to be really, really. You just can't have no type of heart if you just okay with just killing somebody and have no remorse about it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we all don't. None of us want to get killed, so I don't know
Right.
why the killing is going on. But I understand it because I've been out there. I've been in my situations. You know what I'm saying? So I do understand it. I ain't one of the ones that's just like I don't know what's going on. I'm faking. I didn't went to prison and I'm coming home and I'm acting like I don't know what's going on or I'm not down. It ain't that. It's just that murder will never be right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And because it ain't no coming back from it.
So
Melvin, or when we grew up, you just get in a fight, you win, lose, or whatever. You get your butt whooped, you take your whooping. I mean, people can't take whoopings no more. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I don't know.
So of course it is a sports show. We're gonna get into sports real quick, but I got a couple of more questions before we let you get up out of here. The last one we're asked is not sports related is, after everything, that you went through, like do you have any regrets? Would you change anything if you could?
Normally, I would say that I would change going to prison, right? But I hate prison. I hated it. Completely hated it. Let's be clear. I hated prison. However, I went to A&T and graduated from college, and I learned more in prison than I actually learned in a university. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
I learned I learned how to re-love my family again. I learned how to, I learned how to channel my hustle mentality into a legit way. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
had I not went to prison, I could have somebody probably would have murdered me. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody could have hurt me, or I could have ended up hurting somebody because I thought they was gonna hurt me. You know what I'm saying? I could have still been out here hustling and doing dirt, but once you got that hustle mentality in you, you can still hustle, but you just got to hustle a legit way. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I could come out and just start pumping socks and t-shirts, and people doing that, and you can make a better profit in selling these items more than I did when I sold coke and weed. You know what I'm saying? So the experience in prison was a great learning experience. You know what I'm saying? And I want to share my experience with people. You know what I'm saying? And I want to let people know, that I mean, that illegal way, this ain't the way. If you know how to hustle and get on the block and get that work off, you can get t-shirts off. You can get hats off. You can get this hand sanitizer off. You can get it's all type of stuff you can get off. Right now, like I said, how I've expressed my brother business, I'm finna be selling stuff off of that site. My mom couponing and she making really, really good money off of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
just you just gotta be able to hustle. I came home and I'm helping them out. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't I wouldn't change the prison situation because it made me into a better person. I'm a better person today. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get into all spirituality, but it's been times I had to get on my knees and pray to God to help me get to where I'm at today because I had an ill will feeling towards certain people when I was in prison. I had an ill will feeling about certain situations. I felt like people owed me and this, that, and third. But in reality, I went to prison on my own. I stood up like a man on my own. I didn't snitch on nobody and I kept it 100. So once I went in that prison, it was all on me. I do feel like certain people should have looked out a little more, but if they didn't, they don't owe me nothing. I put myself in that situation and I handled myself in that situation. I sat in that cell for 13 and a half years on my own. I got on my knees a few nights and I wanted to cry a few nights and I talked to the Lord and he relieved me from the ill will feelings that I had. And that's one of the most beautiful things that I got out of the situation in prison. Now I'm out. I'm a better man. I'm a changed man. I'm ready to love. You know what I'm saying? And I'm ready to love everybody and love on everybody and show love. And because I always had the love in my heart because I always did these events. Look at me and my mom right here, my graduation. I'm sitting right, rest in peace, Lamont Larry right there. But I just got that love in my heart, man, and I always had. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep. This positive energy. I want to keep it going. I want people to follow me. I want people to like me. I want people to work with me. I want people to help me help them. And I want people. I just want to be a part of everything that's positive, man. I ain't got a neg. I ain't trying to have a negative bone in my body. I'm gonna just fly straight, completely straight.
Man, that's good to hear for real, man. That's good to
Mm.
hear, man. And hopefully you stay blessed, man, and all that stuff, man. So I gotta ask you a sports related question before I let you go. Uh I mean, we always debating this, always arguing this, man. Who is your top five GOAT list as far as NBA is concerned? All time. Number one and number five, man.
Uh, well, I'm a little older, so I'm gonna go with Mike.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Mike is number one.
All right.
It's toss ups after that, man. It's a toss up. I mean, you gotta have Kobe in there. You gotta have LeBron in there.
Gotcha.
And I really don't know after that, man. You know, I don't know, man. If I don't know, I had to go by positions or something, man, because I
What
don't know.
where you got Kareem, Magic, and Bird?
Uh, I would just leave Bird as a great shooter. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Um, Magic and Kareem. They might have to just be 4 and 5.
Hey, see,
because
I'm not mad at that list at all, though. That's a dope
I,
list.
I had to put, but I don't know. Magic and Kareem was tough too, man. It's a toss up. I'm just gonna put Jordan at number one, and then the rest of them four just falls wherever they fall at, man.
They can fight it out.
They can fight it out, man. Because I mean, it's hard. Kareem was a bad boy.
Yeah, he
Kareem was
was.
really good, and Magic was really good. But I just think that the Lakers always had really good teams.
Yeah.
Mike ain't had them type of teams, and he was like that.
You let people tell it he did, man. What I do when I do with the list, sometimes I take Mike and put him on a shelf and then start the list. Just take Mike out of that conversation, man, because it's not even fair. It's not even fair.
It's not even a fair battle.
Yeah,
No,
and then
it's
start
not.
the list without
Yeah.
Mike, man.
But see, if you ask somebody that's probably in their 20s, then Mike won't go first. LeBron will go first.
That's
Right.
fair.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if we talking sports, man, I'm talking about. I think Steph is a really great shooter. I think AI had the biggest heart.
Pound
I
for
think
pound king.
I think KG was a complete dog. I think Ray Allen was a sharpshooter. You know what I'm saying? Nobody never talk about Dominique Wilkins, but Dominique was in the shadow of Jordan, but Dominique was an animal. He just ain't never won that. But I like Dominique, man. I was infatuated with Dominique game back in the day. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Zantwan,
Yeah.
my sister Nick said this is a really good interview, and she's so glad that you're doing well and that you home, man.
Tell Nick I said what's up. You know, that's she like family to me. Even though y'all daddy used to chase me off y'all points. Rest in peace, Skinny. Rest in peace, Skinny. I come down there and try to speak to Nick, and Skinny run us up out of there.
Was y'all really
Be
scared?
Darlene.
Did y'all really think if my dad caught y'all, he was gonna do something?
Hell yeah, we thought that. So we wasn't gonna let him catch us. Ain't nowhere in the hell. If he ran us down, we'll get the zigzagging. You know what I'm saying? Man. And then I can hear your mama on the porch. Skinny, lead them boys, Miss Darlene. Hey, Miss Darlene. Skinny, lead them boys alone. They ain't doing nothing but just back here talking to them on the porch. Man, Skinny come out that house, he mad as hell. We get the hell on, boy. You hear me?
Yeah,
Rest in peace, Mr. Skinny, man. I remember your dad like it was yesterday, man. Yeah.
yeah. A lot of people remember him, man. Shoot, he was the only. He probably was the only dad in the hood in Smith Homes.
You
Because
better believe it.
you couldn't have two parents in Smith Homes. It had to be single parents. So I don't know how we slipped through the cracks, but somehow my dad was in the hood, man.
I mean, cause you just ain't put him on the paperwork. He just pull up and just go on in the house. That's how it works. Ain't no different than today. I'm sure they still in the hood with somebody up in there, another male. That's how you got to do it.
Yeah,
For real.
that's too
Hey,
funny, man.
if do y'all mind if I give a couple shout outs
No, please
before
do. Go ahead.
I
Go
got to
for it.
give a big shout out to my cousin Kelbo Worthy. Kelvin Kelbo Worthy, he's a friend on my page. He got a catering business. He cater all type of food, and his business name is A Worthy's Taste. I want y'all to check him out. You know what I'm saying? And he'll put you something together. He been cooking for me since I came home, and I've been ecstatic with his food. It's really good. I want to give a shout out to Cherie Martin. No, well, Cherie then got married. Cherie McCain, my man Chad, Dr. Z-TWEEZY, and who else on that podcast? Drunk T, D Hardy.
Ricardo. Oh, my boy Ricardo.
Yeah, see Ricardo Briggs,
Yeah.
good dude. I want to give a shout out to AJ, man. Brandon D. Give a shout out to my man over there on 105 D Majors. Give a shout out to my man B Dot over there on 102 Jams. Give a shout out to my homegirl Laura Pittman, slash family down the line, but we real tight. Give a shout out to Chrissy Pooh. I got a little cousin. She's only 10 years old. She made this bracelet. That's why I'm wearing it. You know what I'm saying? And her Instagram name is IYAHLLC. and she don't charge nothing but a few dollars for this bracelet, man. But she's only 10 years old.
Dang.
She's a
Already
black
hustling. I
entrepreneur.
like that, man.
She's a black entrepreneur. So please go follow her on Instagram and please get some of
Oh,
these
I actually follow her, yo.
bracelets. Yeah, she just started her page, so she only got a few followers, but she just started her page. Um, Definitely go to Hive Express. That's gonna be my new business. If you need any type of hygiene products or whatever, y'all hit me on my page and stuff, so I can sell these items for my mom. I just reconnected with my little brother. I got a half brother up in High Point. His name Antoine. I'm Zantwan. His name Antoine, but they shout out to him, man. Angela Dockery, follow her on IG at I am Angela underscore DD. And my homegirl Candace Johnson, follow her on Vintage Candy 82. They're my two partners. Again, shout out to Zaylen. It's his birthday tomorrow. My little nephew, and my little cousin Shelly. Shout out to all them, man. And to my entire family, my brother Graylin, my sister Latrice, my brother-in-law David Neesmith, all all my nephews, my daughter Zantwan Worthy down in Georgia. I'm proud of you. I love you so much. I miss you. Can't wait to see you again. And be looking out for Worthy's World. That's gonna be my podcast. And I don't know when I'm gonna get everything together. I'm gonna still have to talk to you, Melvin, about that. I got a book.
Any day,
Go
bro.
ahead.
Easy day. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I got a book coming out. Um, I'm trying to get it typed up right now. But I got a book coming out that I wrote while I was in prison. It's about my whole complete life. I also got my man Omar Scarborough. He's gonna do my documentary series that I'm gonna have on Netflix. That's gonna be on my life, and things are just looking up, man. I just got a lot of stuff going on. Shout out to my homeboy Pumpkin P. That's my dog too. Shout out to my cousin Joaquin Bodine and Courtney. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog Butter. You remember Butter and Chico?
Yeah.
Melvin.
Yep.
Shout out
Yep.
to Butter. I reconnected with my dog. I ain't talked to him in a little hot second, but shout out to him. Shout out to everybody that pulled up at the halfway house and brought me some underwear, socks, boxes. I needed it. I ain't too ashamed to say it on this podcast that people looked out for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you to this podcast for y'all having me on here, man. I really appreciate this stepping stone and this avenue to reach out to some of the people that's on here too. So I mean, I appreciate it. I'm humble, and I'm appreciative of everything, man.
Yeah, for
Definitely,
sure, man.
definitely. Look at me. I'm up here crying because I got emotional when I listen. And it take a man to show some of that, right? But I got emotional because I remember my mom kicked me out of the house when she found out I was selling drugs. But she didn't leave me hanging. And this is for uh, my college graduation dinner. And she never left my side, but she actually stayed there. So I thought about all the times I was in shootouts, fights, uh, stuff that went bad, and I didn't get killed, and I was still standing. But I actually went ahead and finished college for my mother. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
went and finished because I just didn't think I was the dude to be going to college or nothing like that. But I got really, really emotional right here, and I just thought about that I couldn't have been here no more. And then my family just never left my side. So when they didn't leave my side, I was just humbled, man, and it hit me. And I couldn't hold it. I was trying to hold it. Like, you know how you about to cry and you try to hold it. And I was trying to hold it, but I'm glad I let it out because real men do cry. Thugs
Right.
cry and everybody cry. And we just got this perception that men don't supposed to cry. We supposed to be, you know, stronger than that. But it's okay to cry. I mean, it's okay to cry, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree 100%, man.
Who is y'all top 5 in the sports though? I want to hear that too, cause y'all ain't
Oh
tell me.
man, bro, you about to hear some. Go. I'm gonna let Jay go first because Jay got some crazy stuff for you.
Oh. Jay, what are you talking about, Jay?
Man, my top 5 greatest or is a little different, man. It's Jordan 1, LeBron 1A, Kobe 2.
So you got a 1A?
Yeah, man.
What
Oh, okay.
the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah, yeah. And, yeah, yeah. You and then after
Go
that,
ahead,
man,
finish. Go ahead, finish.
it, my own favorites, man, is Shaq David Robinson, rounding out the five.
Okay.
Oh,
The Admiral.
he like big.
David Robinson,
How the
my
Admiral get
favorite
up there
player.
in the
He gonna
top
be.
five? I
He
have
gonna.
no clue.
How what?
Go ahead. I don't know how Admiral get in the top five, but go ahead though.
Because he was left-handed, man, and he gave somebody who was left-handed somebody to look up to. Uh, and he was the
Corey,
first athlete with a real hairline.
Corey, who yours?
Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Kareem, and Magic.
That ain't
Yeah,
bad.
that's the same one. That's the same one I had too.
Yeah. I mean, y'all got LeBron pretty high. I got Kareem ahead of LeBron, but I got LeBron at 4. So mine is MJ, Kareem, Kobe, then LeBron, and then my 5th is so flimsy. I can't decide on the 5th, man. It's either Bird, Magic, Wilt, Oscar, or maybe Bill Russell. It's just too many people to
Hey, Melvin, you
or
can't be
Magic.
saying all them people you ain't even seen tapes on, man. You
Yeah,
ain't even see tape. You definitely wasn't born when they was playing.
that's
You
true.
ain't
That's
seen
true.
that tape.
So like
He read
yeah,
newspapers
some people all we
about.
got is resume and we don't have no footage.
Okay, well, who is y'all best quarterback of all time?
Joe Montana to me.
I'm playing right now.
Who playing right now?
Well, he said Mahomes. He think Mahomes
Mine
is
playing
already
right
the
now. Yeah,
greatest.
Yeah, Mahomes a dog.
Yeah,
We
he
can't
is.
put him out there. We can't put him out there out completely yet. I hate to say it, man, but and I hate to say it, but I had to give it to Brady just because of his accolades. But I don't know. I don't
Man,
know.
I mean, I ain't mad at Brady
It,
either, but I mean, it's tough to put him ahead of Joe Montana, man. Joe Montana is like the MJ of football. But that's just quarterbacks. If we talking about the greatest football player of all time, I ain't even going
no,
quarterback. I'm going Jim Brown, Jerry Rice, and Deion Sanders.
yeah, I was gonna ask y'all the receiver, then the running back, and then maybe linebacker and cornerback or something like that.
I think
Well, with,
Oh,
I
with
think the
cornerback, we it's got to be Dion. Well, Dion is mine, but
yeah,
yeah.
I
yeah.
agree. I think the
So,
the
go ahead,
best
Corey. So
natural.
Corey is the quarter. He's the football guy of the podcast. He played quarterback for Houston in college. So I'm interested to hear what he about to say about this.
My favorite, to me, my personal favorite quarterback of all time is Steve McNair.
Yeah, and
okay.
I
Just
like
how
Warren.
he,
I like
just
Warren Moon.
HBCU.
it's just how he played the game, man. If he was in some better situations, he would have been something else. I mean, he took that Tennessee Titans team. It was just him and Eddie George, and they went to the Super Bowl, and they missed winning the Super Bowl by this far,
Yeah.
literally this far. And I mean, just what he brought to the game, just that grit and that toughness. He run the ball, he put his head down and do what he had to do, but then he throw for 330 yards too and 4-5 touchdowns. I mean, nobody was really doing that with the teams that he had. So, I mean, I have the utmost respect for Tom Brady and his 6 rings, and then Joe Montana was probably the quarterback that I watched the most. You know what I mean? Because my dad was a humongous 49ers fan, but he loved the Cowboys, but Jerry Rice was his favorite player, so he watched the 49ers all the time. And you know, you'd be like, damn, how the hell is Jerry Rice getting all these balls? And Joe Montana and Steve Young was the one throwing to him. I mean, yeah. I mean, but if you just break it down and watch quarterbacks actually play the game, right? Man, it's hard to pick somebody other than Steve McNair.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Warren
I
Moon
don't. I
up there
don't.
too, man.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't, I don't
Warren Moon was doing that before. He was running shooting before running shooting was cool. Warren Moon, you could take him now and put him in the NFL and he'd throw for 4,000-5,000 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warren Moon was tough.
Yep.
I like how Cunningham used to scramble back then too.
Oh yeah, man.
So who y'all top 5 running backs?
Jim Brown, Barry Sanders. I like Bo Jackson, but I wouldn't put him in the top 5 because his body of work wasn't there.
Emmitt Smith.
I mean, he got records. He got records.
Yeah.
Records and Super
Walter
Bowls.
Payton.
Super Bowl MVPs. Walter Payton. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Walter Payton. Eric Dickerson.
Yeah.
What about OJ?
Marcus Allen.
Marcus
OJ
Allen
was
yeah.
the truth.
You know what? Just for him beating that case, I gotta throw OJ in the top 5, man. Seriously, man. Seriously,
did you see that OJ series when he was like, "I'm not black, I'm OJ"?
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, OJ a bad man. He ain't even black. He OJ."
OJ cold, man. He cold blood.
Yeah, he is, man.
I guess y'all got Lawrence Taylor as your linebacker.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Lawrence Taylor and Ray Lewis. I mean, but
I'm going
Lawrence,
LT.
Lawrence Taylor was.
I got a funny story about LT though.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
He don't. He ain't got no.
Okay, I can't tell it.
What happened? I mean, inquiring minds want to know now.
I'll tell y'all.
I mean, you
tell me out there. Tell me out there. Okay. Okay. Tell me about it off there.
Y'all got Dion at the corner. You got Dion at the cornerback.
Of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody ever done it like that.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a bad man. But my runner up to Dion is
to me,
Darryl Green.
Listen to me. Yes, Darryl Green. That's probably the fastest human being ever. To me, I agree with you, Lamar. Adrian Peterson. I mean, like in our time right now, Adrian Peterson is the dog of all dogs. I mean, we've never seen anything like that. I mean, he was the truth. But shut up, Mike. But like to me, the battle between LeBron and Kobe is like Dion and Richard Sherman. Like Dion was everywhere, right? I'm telling you, Dion was everywhere. Dion was cover one corner. He was man to man. He was everything. Richard Sherman was the best cornerback in the NFL for 5 or 6 years, right? But he didn't do nothing run the cover 2.
They kind of hit him there.
They hit him 12 yards and in.
Yeah.
Huh?
Man, y'all not gonna believe
in the Super Bowl, yeah, because San Francisco make him play a cover 1. In Seattle with the Legion of Boom is a cover 2. Plus you got Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor over your head. You look fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
It's the truth.
You definitely do.
Yeah. So
what's y'all best free safety and strong safety?
I wouldn't even separate it from free and strong. I just say the best safety period. And I mean, you have to go Ronnie Lott, and right behind Ronnie Lott, you might have to go Rod Woodson.
How about Steve Atwater?
What about what's his name? Lynch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
John Lynch.
This one guy, his season was cut too short though. But Sean Taylor.
Sean Taylor. He would have broke all the records.
Safety in the NFL, man.
He would have. He would have been the best. I mean, Ed Reed too.
Yes.
Yeah,
gotta throw Ed Reed in there too. Yeah. So
we've only named like 4 safeties that played at Miami.
Troy.
Yeah.
Troy.
Troy
Polamalu. Polamalu was a wild man. He was everywhere.
Yeah, he was pretty much a linebacker with safety speed, with corner speed almost.
Mm-hmm.
But the honey badger reminds me of Polamalu.
A lot of Polamalu. He plays that Polamalu way.
Yeah,
just everywhere. Just play with his hair on fire. Here we go. Oh my God.
I'm a big honey badger guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's my dude, man. My son like honey badger.
Big 6.
Yeah.
Man, I got the sorriest team in the NFL, but I just won't change up on them, man. Even when they brought the Panthers to North Carolina, I didn't change up on them. But I'm a Washington fan.
Redskins.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey man, back in the day we was pretty good, man. I just ain't changed. I had the Washington starter coat, man. I had the starter coat. Doug Williams won the
Hey,
first Super Bowl for African American.
Mm-hmm.
I've been with him ever since. I ain't changed up. I ain't bandwagon that thing.
bro, y'all don't
You
know
know what I'm
what
saying?
y'all doing over there in Washington, man. Y'all have no clue what y'all doing.
I
Haskins turning the ball over too much, man.
I
He
tell
just
you, I tell you what, man. It
Alex
was
Smith. Put in Alex Smith.
so hard for me because Robert Griffin was my favorite college player, man. Because I love the things he was doing in Baylor. And
me
then when
too.
the Redskins drafted him that first his rookie year, man, they torched the Cowboys twice. But every time he would do something, I'd be like, "Get him, Robert!" You know, and I'd be like, "Damn, I can't do that." But hey, that was tough. But
Yeah,
that's one of them.
he was really good. They messed up his
Yeah,
season by
they
putting
messed
him
him
in
up.
there.
They messed him up.
They had Seattle down 14 points and finna go in the box one more time, and he tweaked that knee and dropped that ball, and they recovered it.
That was
Yeah.
it.
Well, since we're already on the topic,
Russell Wilson did what he do.
yeah,
I love
since
Russ
we're
too.
already on the topic of football, we might as well talk about what we saw in week 4, man. Let's go ahead and go to them daggone Cowboys, baby. I love, I love when them Cowboys play like the way I know they supposed to be playing, man. I love it, man. I love it,
How in the
I,
world Cleveland put up all them points on them like that, man?
bro. With some help, the
307
Cowboys
yards
helped them.
rushing.
Yeah, the Cowboys had to help them.
Cowboys helped them. Cowboys helped them by watching them run down the field.
Odell Beckham had he looked like he was back in the Giants the way he played that week.
And
Last weekend.
it wasn't even like he was like, except for the reverse play, of course, that was super explosive. But it was just like, I mean, his touchdown pass was a 2-yard pass, but it was so explosive. I mean, he just came off the line and hit the slant. The corner was still standing there, like when he caught the slant, like he didn't even see him leave the line of scrimmage.
Right.
But when you can't, you're not gonna win football games giving up 307 yards rushing. Like that is unheard of in the NFL.
Yeah.
So
Unheard of.
Check this out though. What's the main issue though? I mean, I know the defense is bad. I know the defense is bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why is it so bad? Like, you don't have to have the best personnel to put the effort in there.
You're right.
That reverse showed me the whole issue it was been going on.
The whole season.
You say the safeties give up too many deep seam routes and stuff like that, but you can't blame it on the safeties for somebody taking the reverse.
Safeties on that play?
Did you see the linebackers on that play?
They both ran out of bounds. The only person that was there was the middle linebacker.
Yeah, but did you see how slow he was making his way over to the sideline?
Bro, I don't listen. Both safeties ran out of bounds. They just ran straight out of bounds. Watch that play. Watch it. Both of them ran out of bounds. The corner got blocked by Jarvis Landry, who's 5'8", 135, 140 pounds. I'm making that up, but he's not big, right? I mean, it summed up their whole season in that one play. Alden Smith was the only person that had a chance. He's the only one that's been playing good on the defense.
Right.
When he missed the play, right, everybody else just blew it.
You see Alden Smith interview after the game?
Yeah.
Nah, is he the one that said they played soft?
Yeah.
Alden Smith. DeMarcus Lawrence said was the one that said they played soft. Said they played shit soft is what he said.
McCarthy must have came over there and then changed up the whole scheme because their defense actually was halfway decent last year. But I'm with Stephen A. He just loved when Cowboys lose, and I do too.
I agree. I agree, Lamar. I mean, Mike Nolan has never had a good defensive scheme. Never. I don't even know why you hire a person like that.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly Mike McCarthy got his first coordinator job when Mike Nolan was coaching,
and that's fantastic
as the head coach.
That's great.
So I think Mike McCarthy must have returned the favor. And
you
was
think
like,
he owed him one?
Well,
come get off the couch.
He should have made him the strength coach then.
Something, but when Jerry hired him, he was like, "Oh, Jerry giving away money." He was like, "Okay, I got some people that might need a couple of million,
a little change."
Yeah, it might need a little change, man. And he hooked his homeboy up. Tell me you wouldn't give me a job, Zantwan, if you got a head coaching job in DC. And I'll be like, hey, You give me a little
Of
job. I'll be
course,
doing something.
and especially if I'm the owner and the GM, he's saving money for the GM spot too. Jerry Jones.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
But
yeah.
but everybody dislike the Cowboys because they got so many obnoxious fans, and they just always they going to the Super Bowl every preseason.
Every year. Yeah. Corey's one of them.
They
He from Texas. He
I'm from
think
Dallas.
he think
yeah.
daggone the Cowboys is the cat's meow every year.
Not this year, man. Not looking at this defense. This is gonna be a long ass year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I'm
gonna be
serious
tough.
because I mean you have problems. You have problems in your secondary, right? You
Right.
have and the main problem is you have no leadership. You don't have any
Right.
leadership. You have anybody putting people in the right position. You got young players back there. You got a second you got a second year safety and a dude ain't nobody ever even heard of. And then you got these corners that have been in the NFL for 2 or 3. I was going to say in the Navy. They've been in the NFL for 2 or 3 years, right?
Right.
You have the answer to your secondary issues because your linebackers are gonna heal, right? They're gonna heal, and that's funny that you say that, Lamar. But I like it that you said that because I'm gonna answer that in just a second too. But they need somebody like Earl Thomas back there, even if it's just leadership wise, to put somebody in the right position, right? And hold them accountable back there for not being in the right position. That linebacking core, I mean, the only one there is Jalen Smith. The other two are nobody. And then, I mean, right now, like I like that garbage time stats thing, but if you think about it, in all 3 losses, Dak has either brought them within 3 or taken the lead in the fourth quarter, only to watch the defense blow it. So don't call it garbage time stats because he's coming back in the games. The team is coming back.
It is garbage time stats if your team is down 20 or more and the defensive is going into like a prevent offense and saying let's just bend but don't break. And then
Right. So
they're
that's how
going to go
you
down
have
the
to play
field,
that
and every
because
time they go down the field, they're going to take 7 minutes off the clock.
and that's fine. But he's coming back. Like I don't understand if he's getting all these stats and they losing by 30. They're coming back in these games. In all 3 losses that they have either been within 3 or taken the lead with less than 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter and
I
lost
get
the
that.
game.
I get that, but the fact
Obviously,
that
you don't.
the fact that they keep going down by 20
Is that
is
his
not
fault?
just the defense. It's also your offense can't put no points up when it matters. But
come
when
on, man.
when the opposing team goes into prevent defense and then their offense is saying let's abandon our game plan and just run the clock out, and they're not passing anymore. That's when all of a sudden Dak wants to go down the field and score points.
You say pointless points, right? But how are they pointless if you're taking the lead in the football?
I'm not saying they're pointless. What I'm saying
You
is
just
his
said they was
stats are
pointless.
inflated. You can't take his stats and draw a conclusion. You can't.
Hell
you can't
yes,
say,
they're
you
inflated
can't say
because if they had the
450
lead,
yards,
they
he's
could
killing it.
run the ball. If they had the lead, they could run the ball. They don't have the
Zantwan,
lead.
are those stats inflated
Yeah.
or not?
I don't want to get in.
You
I
can,
think
Zantwan. You good. Go ahead.
yeah.
Say it.
I don't know. I can see both of y'all sides on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, they do seem desperado type of points though, for real. Like it's just do or die for real. But at the same token, he's actually still doing it. Dak's still doing it, and I can't stand the Cowboys. I'm a Redskins fan, so you know I can't stand the Cowboys.
I
But
feel you.
but Dak is actually doing it, and he's doing what he need to do to get back in them games, which is unbelievable because they've been down a whole lot of points or whatever. So I don't know. It's both ways a little bit to me. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know how to answer that question. I can't answer them.
And
Well,
then
let's
with Lamar, one more last thing with Lamar, you're right. Zeke had fumbled, I think, 4 times in the last 4 years. It's something crazy like that. He don't fumble the ball, and this year he's already fumbled the ball 4 times.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Zeke tripping, and them 4 drops he had two weeks ago.
Yeah,
easy drops. Jay, what you think your team looked like against New England?
Offensively, we didn't look good. I'll credit the Patriots defense for that. However, when it's time to turn it up, man. As long as you got 1-5 on your side, you all right. Yeah, man. 1-5 on your side, bro. And make the play you need to make.
It makes me so mad that he's absolutely right.
God, I
Pisses
want
me
them to
off that
lose
he's
so bad,
absolutely
man.
right.
I want to bust that man Bubba so bad, man. I wanted them to lose.
Bro,
Y'all getting so lucky,
Now,
yo.
Hold on. Put a star in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, we go to Buffalo. You may get
that's a
what
rough
you
game.
No, Buffalo not
It's a
gonna do
rough
it.
game.
Buffalo not gonna do it.
Put a
Okay.
I doubt it because 2 more weeks with that defense learning and playing as one unit, and Chris Jones come back from that groin injury, man. Listen, we get Brashad Breeland back this week. We've been doing this on defense without our number one corner.
Yeah.
The one
You know what
the one thing I will say about Kansas City, I gained a lot of respect for that defense when they shut down Lamar Jackson and
gotta give it to
and
him.
Baltimore. Yeah,
Gotta give it to him.
that was
But
amazing.
like
Hey,
Lamar just said, I give a lot of. What's up, Z?
Did y'all know that Rashad Breeland was from Greensboro?
Nah. Where he go to school at?
I think he went to Dudley, if I ain't mistaken. I think Nick told me that though. I wasn't for sure. Him and Ebron went to Smith. What's his name?
Yeah. I know
Eric
Ebron and Keenan Allen. I know them.
Yeah,
And then we had a
Keenan
couple of
Allen.
dudes that went pro from A&T.
The
just
running
showed
back
a
for
picture of
Chicago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tariq.
Tariq
No, what's
Cohen.
it?
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
Tariq
Cohen. Yeah. There was a couple of other people too. So yeah, A&T. I think A&T been
A&T
undefeated
football.
the last couple of years.
Yeah, last 4 years.
They wasn't undefeated when you was going to see.
Nope.
They sure wasn't undefeated when you was there.
No, they my first year they was pretty good though. They went to the playoffs and all that. They just ain't win it all. Or whatever.
Okay. Well, they cold now though. They cold.
Yeah, they cold.
Yeah. But we usually do our picks, man. But since it's NBA Finals, you know, I can't compete with that, and I want to watch it too. So we're gonna go ahead and end it, man. And what's up, Jay?
Lakers up 2 at halftime, 49-47.
Oh, they'll pull it up. They'll win. They'll win. They'll win.
Come on, Jimmy Buckets.
I want them to come on, but I don't think they go run out of the gas, man.
Yeah, they gonna run out.
But yeah, man. Hey, Zantwan, I definitely appreciate you coming through, man, and doing this with us, man. You stayed longer than I thought you was gonna stay. I thought you was just gonna do 30 minutes, man. But I appreciate you staying for the whole joint. And then when the book come through, come back and we'll talk about the book too, man. So definitely appreciate that, man. And everybody that is watching, if you want to listen to our podcast, join the Man Down page on Facebook and the group as well. And then we're on iTunes and Spotify and all those places where podcasts are at, and you can go back and listen to all our stuff, man. We're on like episode 86 now. So we got a catalog worth of episodes of us debating sports and talking about sports, man. It's a good show, man. So definitely come back if this was your first time, man. And then, you know, definitely got to give a round of applause to Zantwan for coming by and speaking his truth, talking to us and stuff like that, man. Come back again too, bro. I appreciate it.
Thanks, bro.
All right, thank y'all so much, man. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
All right.
No doubt. Appreciate it.
Nephew.